So you're playing hide and you're in the corner against Godsky. Everyone knows the situation sucks, but you've done your homework. You know you can shield and press 5A to get out. But let's be honest, you're a hide player. You want that counter hit 6B combo. You don't want just a 5A punish. Well, the issue here is 6B's too slow and it's gonna trade. But what if I told you can have your cake and eat it too? Now, you might look at this clip and say, okay, well, the difference here is the green shield. But if you've been playing Uni long enough, you know that the frame data on green shield versus purple shield doesn't actually change. In this clip, the hide is doing a very small dash block into a shield before actually blocking the fireball. This small dash block is actually what's changing the frame data here and allowing hide to be a slightly more advantageous, just enough to get that 6B out. Now, if you've been playing Uni even longer, you'll know that you can't shield during a dash block. So let me break down what's actually going on here, and bear with me because it's going to get a little complicated. First, let's talk about what you can do out of a dash block, and the answer is, well, basically everything but shield. You can jump, you can backdash, you can press a button, you can even 3D. There's a lot of things you can do. You can assault. It really is up to you what you want to do, but you absolutely cannot shield. Now, there's a mechanic in this game called proximity guard. It's not exclusive to Uni, it's in some other fighting games, but it's not in every fighting game. Essentially what this does is that it keeps you stuck in a blocking animation despite not actually blocking the move. This mostly comes up against moves that have a lot of active frames, the most common ones being projectiles. The key thing about proximity guard is that it locks you in place. Despite trying to walk backwards here, Ori cannot move backwards until the wheel is gone. Okay, well, if you're stuck in this spot, how do you get out? Well, during proximity guard, you can do everything but walk. So backdashing, jumping, all will work as usual. What this also happens to include is shield. Now, remember when I said that you can cancel a dash block into anything that's not shield? Well, that happens to include proximity guard. On the left here, you can see our normal Ori dash block animation. Each character has this little skid and then halts in place. Now you can see on the right side, this animation is actually getting canceled into a proximity guard. Here's what it looks like for stand blocking.
Okay, bro, we get it. Can you show us the actual tech now?
So what all this together actually means is that we can cancel our dash block into a shield when you're dashing into something with a lot of active frames. What this means is that you can safely approach against fireballs while also gaining a lot of extra grid that you wouldn't normally gain if you were to just simply dash block into them. Now, some tips for when you're trying to do this yourself. First of all, the timing of the dash block actually doesn't matter. All of the timing comes into the press of the D button. Remember, the goal here is to cancel the proximity guard into a shield press. This means that the window is going to be a few frames before you actually collide with the projectile. If you're pressing the D button after you block the projectile, then you'll just simply get a green shield and you could die for it. In order to stay as safe as possible with your inputs, remember that normally, dash blocking and pressing shield doesn't actually do anything. This means that if you press the input a few frames too early on your D press, nothing will come out and you'll be perfectly safe. So if you're struggling to get the timing down right or you're not feeling confident using it in matches, try to err on the side of too early rather than too late on your D press. In general, you're going to want to actually be confirming the projectile out on the screen and then timing the D press for when it gets to you. You can see just how much grid I'm gaining just by dash blocking against Carmine, and I'm getting a lot of free grid that I otherwise normally wouldn't get without putting myself at very much risk at all. When it comes to situations like the clip from the beginning of the video, it's going to be really important that you're confident in your ability to pull this off. If you're confident in your shield press and end up not getting the timing right, you may end up dying for it. If you made it to the end of this video and you're thinking, okay, well, I don't even know what a shield is, then I highly recommend you check out my video all about it. It'll really help you out. Thank you guys for watching. I'm working on something cool right now. We'll probably drop it at 2K subs, so please subscribe down below if you enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye, bye bye.